These TikTok e-girls have done some of the most insane things imaginable, from a TikToker convincing a mentally ill woman who can't swim to jump into some water where she would leave her to drown.
I'm gonna jump in with my shoes on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, ready?
Oh! I can't swim! I can only float!
Oh, she might literally die.
Oh, this is bad.
To another massive TikToker trying to cover up her horrible past with lies.
She talked about my parents' marriage and made that statement in her podcast. My parents' marriage is none of your business. What are you doing? You don't know these people.
Anna, I lived with you and your family for almost 3 years. Your father and I have had many conversations where he has been upset about things going on in his life. He sits at the Blue Water Grill in Hope Island crying to employees there, dating girls from there, and telling them all sorts of things about how you guys treat him and how he doesn't have money for food. He's running out on bills at the Blue Water Grill. He's going to Woolworths and getting the free fruit from there, and we know that because Woolworths employees know. Anybody living in the Hope Island area knows your father sleeps in the car park down the road from your house for the free Wi-Fi at the shopping centre.
Today, we're looking at TikTok e-girls straight from hell, starting with Natalie Reynolds. Born on July 1st of 1998 inside Los Angeles, California, Natalie Reynolds is 26 years old. Her rise to fame came fairly quick for her, but at what cost exactly? Natalie began her social media journey by posting your everyday photos to platforms like Instagram and Snapchat, but in 2019, she would open her TikTok account, which would be the start of her very controversial career. Her content features a wide range of different things, from extreme pranks, if you can even call them that.
Can we take a picture with you?
Oh yeah, of course. Let me do this TikTok really quick.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, y'all are so cute.
To anything that will give her a slight bit of relevance on social media, even if it's fake. As of recording, she has amassed over 2.4 million followers on TikTok with over 45 million likes. But like I said, this wouldn't come that easy for Natalie. In fact, this came at a huge cost that can either be considered disgusting or downright humiliating. This would all start in December of 2023, and while the rest of the world was getting into that Christmas spirit, celebrating with family and friends, and enjoying life to the fullest, Natalie had other plans, as she would get one of her first tastes of virality after walking into a gym in Los Angeles wearing, well, nothing. She looked like she was wearing something, I guess you could say, but instead of actual clothes, it was just paint. Within only a couple of minutes, she had already made the other gym goers extremely uncomfortable, with one person saying this to Natalie.
If you don't have clothes on, you need to be out of here, man.
I do have clothes on.
That's funny.
Go closer.
How's your body thing?
That is body thing. I work in the industry enough to know. I work in the entertainment field.
He's saying you need to leave. He's not.
Leaving your house alone.
No, not report you for decency.
Report me.
Cool. I mean, she's covered, so.
Yeah, she's covered.
She's covered, so we're not supposed to videotape her.
The prank, if you can even call it that, would go viral seemingly overnight and helped Natalie get her first taste of the spotlight she so desperately wanted. However, with many people stating that the prank went way too far, she would quickly take to Twitter and issue an apology to the public. "I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize." Now, obviously, this was mocking a certain someone who said a very similar thing in their apology. Fatherless behavior, someone would say in the replies to her quote apology unquote. However, this was only the tip of the iceberg when it came to Natalie Reynolds' horrible actions on the internet. But it just goes to show the kind of person that she is and how far she is willing to go for a slice of internet attention. Now, following this, she would obviously ride the momentum from her big viral moment, and this would inspire her to follow in the footsteps of one of the most annoying pricks on the entire internet, Jack Doherty. Starting to stream on the platform Kick, known for its amazing track record of streamers, she would start terrorizing people on the street for content.
Do you want to hang out?
Yeah.
Do you want to walk around with me?
Being weird towards kids, playing kiss or slap with a literal child,
Kiss or slap?
I just want a hug.
You just want a hug?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hug you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're so cute. Thank you so much.
and doing everything she possibly can to fit the role of the female Jack Doherty.
Off right now.
Stop filming.
We're walking off right now.
I'm asking you to stop filming.
Wait, your name is Fred, right?
No, my name's not Fred.
Wait.
My name's irrelevant. Stop filming, dude. You're on private property.
But soon, we would really get to see how dangerous Natalie was willing to go, just for a couple viral Twitter clips. As in May of 2024, Natalie would find herself live streaming on Kick, daring a homeless woman $20 to jump into a massive, disgusting lake, and she would even request this after the woman had specifically told her that she couldn't swim. But Natalie didn't really care. In fact, she knew that this would make the clip go even more viral. And after convincing this clearly mentally ill woman, she would actually jump into the water, but quickly started shouting, "I can't swim," followed by some extremely concerning screams.
Right?
No.
No. All right. You know why I wasn't going to? Because my feet were getting
You should
hot.
just jump in right
But
now.
I'm gonna jump in with my shoes on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, ready? Oh! Wait, what the fuck? Did you see her ass? What? Oh,
You said it was okay.
You said you wanted to swim.
You told me to jump in.
I didn't tell you to jump in.
Yes,
Yeah, you did.
yes.
But Natalie did absolutely nothing to help this woman who clearly couldn't swim. She could have literally just helped her, and sure, you could say that she panicked, but ultimately, her as well as the many friends and people she was around chose to not do anything. Nobody helped that poor woman, and she was left until some random civilians decided to step in and help.
No, seriously, don't stop. Please, you're actually freaking me out. No, please. Please, don't. No, she's floating. I'm gonna fucking kill her. She says she's drowning.
Oh, this is bad.
Sorry, I didn't know. Wait.
Oh, this is bad.
Dude, Natalie.
Dude, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Natalie and the other streamers clearly didn't care when this woman was literally about to pass away from something they dared her to do. But the real question was, now that a prank of hers went way too far, would she actually apologize, or would she just treat it like she treats everything as a joke?
But you let her drown, okay, whatever. She's not dead, I didn't make her drown, she wasn't drowning. If you guys were, actually had a brain, you'd be able to see that she's floating in the water, swimming perfectly fine. And she's saying she's drowning because she's on drugs.
She blamed it on drugs, and that could very well be the case. But that still doesn't mean it's okay to leave someone stranded if they are telling you they are struggling with swimming, especially after you paid them $20 to do so. But this wasn't the only time that Natalie would make a mockery of a member of the public, as in April of 2024, Natalie would be live streaming on Kick in Miami when she found herself in a conversation with a homeless man. The man was clearly drunk, and Natalie clearly knew this, yet she still continued to argue with the man, make fun of him, and completely disregard the fact that he is a human being and not just something she can use for clips on TikTok.
Get a job. You can easily get a job. You're lazy. You're lazy. You didn't get a job. That's why you're homeless. That's why you didn't get a job.
I've worked more than what you're gonna work in your life.
Yes, I did. I'll be honest right now.
More than what you are gonna work in your life.
I do not care.
Little bitch.
You little. I'm taller than you.
She went on to harass the man for simply asking her for some money, calling him names, and making fun of his situation.
Ready? 3, 2. I don't give either. You come up to me and ask me for money.
I don't have anything to talk to you about.
You can't outrun me. You're in a wheelchair. And I don't care either. You can't ask me begging for money and then say I don't know anything. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of people calling me dumb. I'm sick of getting scammed. I'm sick of people asking me for $1. And guess what? It's up to you to get a job. It's up to you to get a job. Get a job. That's why you're
I can't
homeless.
ask anybody.
That's why you're homeless.
Child.
I mean, this is textbook Kick live streamer harassing a member of the public behavior, and she did this for absolutely no reason other than the fact that she might get clipped on Twitter. But the fact that Natalie doesn't even have a line of how far she is willing to go says all we need to know about her motives. This shows who she truly is, and it's somebody that really shouldn't have millions of followers and hella influence. And as of recently, Natalie has found herself in drama yet again. but this time with popular TikToker Brooke Monk. Natalie found that posting kick livestream clips were not working. So what did she do, you might ask? Well, she decided to copy and almost replicate somebody's life, to the extreme point where the person had to speak up about the harassment and take legal action. Now, if you don't know who Brooke Monk is, she's a popular American TikToker with over 38 million followers. She first got popular when TikTok started getting its first hit of mainstream success around 2019/2020, and is now known for, I guess, being one of those TikTok influencers who hangs out with people like Will Smith for some reason.
Serious? Draw on the shades? Hold up the watch?
Now, to say that she is massively talented and that her TikTok page is a work of art would be a bit of an exaggeration, but she has built herself a respectable platform of doing unique dances and following trends in a very strategic way. And it's safe to say that she at least deserves the platform she has. But this is where it starts to involve Natalie Reynolds, who has recently been copying almost everything that Brooke Monk does, from simple TikTok trends to literally copying her whole life.
This has to stop. Natalie Reynolds has copied Brooke Monk over 30 times now.
And try to love me, pretty little baby. I'm hoping that you do.
What do you think she should do?
Which went so far to the point where Brooke Monk was forced to sue Natalie for the ongoing harassment.
I have been served a cease and desist from a popular creator on this app. This creator is trying to claim that I am plagiarizing their videos and harassing them online, which I have never done in my life. I don't copy anyone, all I do is follow trends, which is what TikTok is. So what the fuck is this? The creator that sent me this, I know you're watching, and I just want to let you know that everyone in the comments will vouch for me, knowing that getting the law involved over TikTok videos is insane.
And with comments like this, I think it's safe to conclude that just like it has always been, nobody's going to side with Natalie, and she very much deserves it. Her disgusting actions have not only caused damage to those around her, but have also risked lives just for some simple TikTok clips. She is a danger. But at least with Natalie, she wears her heart on her sleeve, you know. This next person, however, is so sick and twisted that she was willing to lie to millions of her followers for something that she got exposed for. This person goes by the name of Anna Paul. And if you're from the United States, you might not know her other than if you follow Karina Kopp, but she has over 6 million followers on TikTok, known for spreading body positivity, and she has basically became a role model for most teenage Australian girls over the past half a decade. I think she had around 8 million followers before getting into the drama, but ever since, she has been losing millions of followers. She is one of, if not the most popular TikTok influencer inside Australia, but recently she has gotten into some really bad drama that makes her look like an evil person. Now, to start off with Anna Paul's career, she wouldn't really have a controversial past. Vlogs of her life and spending time with her family was her main content, but this would all change as her ex-best friend Michaela Testa, another massive TikToker with over 2.8 million followers, would publish a 3-part series containing some massive, insanely serious allegations about Anna, like her running illegal lotteries, protecting her brother, and even lying to her fans. If this was all true, it could single-handedly ruin Anna Paul's reputation. The first thing to note is that not only Anna Paul, but Michaela as well, are both prominent creators on OnlyFans, a website that allows you to sell pictures in exchange for money, if you get where I'm coming from. But this is also heavily controversial, as most of Anna Paul's fan base are teenage girls, potentially inspiring them to follow a similar career path, but even worse, promoting the content directly to the young audience, influencing them to go on her 18+ page and follow it. And this would be heavily pushed by Michaela Testa. On January 28th of 2025, she would post a TikTok talking about Anna, and starting off with claims that Anna really wasn't the person that all these girls were looking up to. Instead, someone with dangerous intentions fueled by making money.
There's a lot of things wrong with Anna Paul. It's way easier to hate me for calling her out when she's wrong than accepting that the Anna you guys love and idolize so much never existed. You don't know her. You don't know her like I know her. You have never met her, and if you have, it's nothing more than a 5-second selfie. These people that watch her don't know the Anna that I know. They know the other Anna, the one she wears when the camera starts rolling. I can't blame the parasocials because I too would do the same for someone that I looked up to. but my experience with Anna was a lot different to all of you. Mine was a real experience.
The video went on to get over 28 million views on TikTok, and with the comments clearly on her side, it was safe to say that this might have been the start of Anna Paul's downfall on the platform.
Meanwhile, right before these videos were trending in 2021 on the South Bank Bridge, when you were peak body positivity, love yourself version of Anna, a plus-size fan came up to you and asked for a hug and a picture. You smiled at her. You told her that you loved her. She told you how your words online have helped her be more comfortable in her body. The moment she walked away, you told Addis that she was annoying and gross and you didn't want to agree to the hug because she was fat and sweaty. Addis laughed. These were your words, Anna. I heard them. Things like this were a common occurrence. Seeing your fakeness in the flesh was such a disturbing experience. Your fans mean nothing to you, just like the animals you buy and palm off to others.
Anna Paul had been boasting online as a body positivity influencer, but according to a very close friend of hers, would act almost completely opposite behind the scenes, body shaming a fan of hers even though that fan is the only reason she has a career in the first place. This is only one of the many stories Michaela had shared when exposing Anna, but it only gets much worse from here on out, like running an illegal lottery through OnlyFans to her teenage audience.
Anna's performative generosity, like hiding money in cities or dishing out giveaways behind a paywall, reek of superiority. Watching her fans scramble over scraps, fighting each other because they need these funds while she films it, flaunts her designer labels, endless holidays, and material excess. This is dystopian and out of touch. Anna is preying on the vulnerability and desperation of impressionable young fans for her profit under the disguise of self-love, empowerment, and giving back.
Basically, what Michaela is saying here is that Anna Paul was extremely fake. Anna would pretend that these giveaways were genuine and to actually help the fans, but when you really look into it and find out that you need to subscribe to her OnlyFans to even have a chance of winning, it soon takes a very dark turn. She fakes her personality online in order to gain trust from impressionable young girls, then uses that influence to make as much money she possibly can, directing the audience to her OnlyFans where they will pay up to $20 a month.
Anna may give back to the odd few people, who she can post on her Instagram story for more promotion, but everyone else falls short. Anna, if you truly wanted to give back to your fans, you would use a free platform such as your giant Instagram page with over 2.4 million followers. Or, if you truly wanted to give back to your OF subscribers, you would do it privately within that platform. By posting IG stories advertising that you're sending money to subscribers, you are directly trying to lure new customers over to your page, a page which costs $16 to access. This $16 is essentially a lottery ticket.
Going on to expose Anna Paul's strategy on how she is so rich, but also how she is so fake.
With the 7-hour difference in time steps between posting your initial promo story on Instagram to actually sending money, it's clear that in that time you allowed the subs to reel in, as this was just a plot for profit rather than a give-back situation as you disguise it as.
This just proves how far Anna Paul is willing to go just to lie to her fans. I mean, after all, who wouldn't fake their entire personality in exchange for a couple $1 million a month? But when you consider the way Anna acts in her TikToks, it soon turns from a money move into an evil strategic plan to get vulnerable and insecure teenage girls to fund your $1 million life.
If you charge an entry fee in order for somebody to win something, it's classed by law as a lottery in Australia. Anna is not licensed to hold lotteries. It's unethical, illegal, and against OF and Instagram's T&Cs. And on top of that, it's exploitation, particularly for her young audience. You only need to ID check to be a creator on the platform, not a spender.
And this isn't just it. Claims of defending and protecting her brother, treating her dad like literal garbage and leaving him to the streets, and a long list of lies that show who she truly is. I highly suggest you to go and watch this video if you want to deep dive into Anna Paul's horrible past, because it honestly is way too much to fit inside of this video. Anna Paul is not only dangerous to her audience, but the constant lies and manipulation goes much deeper than most people realize, which takes us on to the last person we will be talking about in today's video, Camila Araujo, a TikTok influencer, OnlyFans creator, also known for being on Mr. Beast.
Why did you pick this one?
Just like the middle.
Basically, you don't think it's Umbrella. Umbrella, did you even watch Squid Game?
No,
Getting featured on Mr. Beast really helped Camila in the short term, and it led to her getting her first taste of viral success, and even gave her the opportunity to collab with creators like Jack Doherty. And I can bet you guess what happens next. She becomes extremely successful with Jack Doherty, promoting her OnlyFans to his dumbass kid audience. But the reason that Camila is so hated is because after leaving the Jack Doherty OnlyFans empire to stand on her own 2 feet, well, to put it bluntly, she completely fell off, and it left her desperate to become even bigger than she was before. And this would start with her introduction of her brother into her content. This twisted marketing strategy basically used the pity of her brother to promote her OnlyFans. And I'm not even joking. She will post stuff like this in order to get people feeling bad for her brother, which then makes the TikTok go viral, which then leads to her getting thousands of new subscriptions from gooners who come across the video in their feed.
Do you think I'm a good sister?
No.
Bro, why?
You're my sister. You're mean to me.
Not all the time. Bro, we live in
You're
different
saying this
states.
because you're on a podcast.
No, we live in different states. How I mean you. I mean to when you're failing your classes, yeah.
I'm not failing.
A D.
It's not failing.
That's a D, it's failing.
F is failing.
A D is failing.
For you it is, because you're an A+ child.
Right, I am.
Shut the hell up. You're literally doing your career is an only. You can't be talking. You're selling pictures of whatever. You can't be saying shit. All that studying was for what? For what?
And with comments like, "That man was raised right. He knows what's right and wrong. May God protect him." It is more than obvious that people are falling for this fake content, which then, like I said, leads to it going viral and her getting a bag. It is a good, but very up marketing strategy, and there is countless examples of Camila using her brother to promote her OnlyFans, and it really gets to a point where it's just extremely weird. This would even catch the attention of Penguin Zero, who had this to say about it.
How does it feel to have a sister that has an OF?
My friends always ask me if it's pink, but I don't really know what they mean by that.
Nani?
Do you know?
Jesus Christ. Click the link in my bio. I can't.
It should be pretty obvious why this was disturbing and upsetting for most people. She's using her brother, who is a child, to promote her OnlyFans content. That is some twisted shit. So she has him say that his friends tease him and ask if it's pink, which is talking about her vagina. So she feeds him that line to say, asking about her beef curtains, so that way she can pretend to be shocked that he said it. And of course this is all complete with the Zoomer editing stock sound effect package, so there's constant fucking sound effects and jingling keys going off on every single action, which is beyond annoying. But it's just so weird to use a kid, your own brother, to promote your OnlyFans, and then have him say something about your pussy. Or rather, his friends say something about your pussy. It's so gross.
I don't think Camila is as bad as the other people on this list, but with the amount of behind the scenes manipulation, just to market your 18+ website just doesn't sit right with me. Which concludes today's video about the most dangerous women of TikTok.